Hi guys, Tracy here with another process video. I'm going to be scrapbooking this photo here of a flower stand in New York City, and I'm just going through some of the papers in my Scraptastic kit. This is the Destination Unknown kit with the add-on as well. I'm just looking for some papers that have the colors that are going to pick up on some of the colors that were in the flowers. So I'm looking for mostly soft colors like yellows and pinks and creams and aqua colors. And so I've got a lot of scraps at this point because I've used this kit quite a lot. We're getting towards the end of the month. And so I'm picking out as many of the scraps as I can. And then I'm going to use this is so awesome tag from the Dear Lizzie cut-aparts that came in the kit. I'm not going to end up using these cut-aparts, but I took them out because I wasn't sure. And yeah, so I'm just kind of picking some things that I think might go. And then I'm also having a look through the embellishments. I want to use these Amy Tangerine stitching templates. I won these on the winter CHA challenges at 2Ps, and I haven't had a chance to use them yet. I'm also going to use this My Happy Place die cut. We're getting towards the end of the month, so I want to make sure I get some of these specialty pieces used up before the next kit comes in. So I think of New York as my happy place, so I thought that was a good die cut to use on this one. So now I'm just going to trim off that manufacturer's strip and start to kind of figure out the basic layout is that I wanted the 4x6 photo over to the side with a tag over beside it on the left. Or sorry, I want the photo on the left and the tag on the right. And then I'm going to just put some layers under the photo, but I'm not going to put too many. So I'm just cutting a triangle from that gray polka dot paper. And the gray polka dot paper is just the back side of this pink Amy Tangerine paper with the arrows, and then the yellow paper that's matting the photo is the back side of the seafoam paper from Studio Calico. All these things came in the kit. I think almost every single thing on this layout came in the kit. So now I'm just cutting a couple of die cuts that I think might go with what I want to say about this. So I cut out the L Studio label, but I ended up not using it. I'm going to use it on my next layout though. And now here I'm going to cut out this. This is so awesome little card from the Dear Lizzie collection. And while I was at it, I picked out the Hello, My Name Is, and this is where I decided to make the title into kind of like a confession title. It was going to be something like I Heart NYC. I was planning to put NYC on the little tag, but at this point I decided to change my title a little bit. So you saw me pull out my silhouette mat. I used my Cameo for this, and I wasn't on screen when I sprayed the yellow cardstock. I'm just using the cream cardstock that came in the kit, and I sprayed two of the die cuts with Taxi Cab Mr. Huey's, and then Seafoam Mr. Huey's, and then Silver Mr. Huey's. And the second two colors for some reason didn't take quite as well as the first two. You can see the first two are on there, the yellow pieces. They were all cut with my Cameo. I just put a bunch of arrows on my mat and cut them all at once, and I had some leftovers. These are just the ones I used on this layout. So I knew I was going to use that Hello, My Name Is above the tag, so I thought I'd go ahead and glue that down to the yellow tag right away because I knew that that was the look I wanted. I'm using the Amy Tangerine Goodness thickers that came in the kit, those pink ones. They're really sweet. I love them. And so it says, hello, my name is Tracy, and now I'm going to put NYC down here, and I'm just using the I'm not using the mat that came with the Amy Tangerine templates. I'm just using the one that I always use. It's actually a piece of foam from a package of Brad's, and I do have the little punch thing that came in the Amy Tangerine templates, the little orange thing, to poke my hole. And I'm going to stitch each letter as I poke it because it's really hard to see where your letter is when you're just basing it on the holes, like to try to line up each letter beside the one before it. And I'm just using what I think is called a back stitch. You just kind of go forward one and then back, and that I mean, I'm not big on sewing at all, so I just kind of did what I had to do to get the stitching to cover all the spots that I needed it to cover. And then I guess didn't record all of that. I'm not sure what happened there, but it was a little tedious to watch anyways. I did make a mistake with poking the holes for the Y, and so the Y is a little weird with a bit of a few extra holes, but that's okay. I'm just ignoring it. Now these are Kelly Perky letter stickers, which I love, 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 and these are in white. I have them coming to me in a couple of different colors, but I love that they're just tall and thin, and so I didn't have enough of them to spell out the word love, so I just put a heart in place of the word love. And now I'm just going to scooch them around a little bit so they all fit on the tag so that my title ends up saying, "Hello, my name is Tracy, and I'm in love with NYC." So I'm going to even them out a little bit. They, as I place them, they get a little wobbly. So I'm just kind of spreading them out so that the width fits nicely. And I'm gluing down that little heart, which is punched from a Stampin' Up! Punch. It was just already on my desk. It was punched from a long time ago, I think. Yeah, so at this point I decide to kind of attach all the layers to one another. And I did take a quick photo of it so that I could get it back the way I wanted it to be. And I wanted a piece of washi tape behind this die cut piece so that you could see it. Otherwise it kind of blends into the background because the background is so white. The background paper, by the way, is from the Sundrifter collection from Studio Calico. And pretty much all of this stuff, except for the Kelly Perky letters, are from the kit. And also the washi tape is not from the kit either. So I'm attaching that die cut right to the washi tape so I have it in the place I want it to be, and then I just layered all the other layers on top of it. And now this little tag that I'm working with is from L's Studio, and then I have those die cut arrows that I misted. Cut them out of cream paper and misted them different colors. I love it when cream colored paper comes in kits because you can use it for so many different things. You could use it for a background, or you could always mist it or ink it, or use it in so many different ways. So I'm just at this point just gluing things down, and I'm using my Stampin' Up! Decorative label punch to punch "This is awesome." And I just punched it out of the Dear Lizzie little card that I cut out already. And basically I wanted it in a more interesting shape. And so now what I'm doing is I'm just putting pieces of that washi tape, that ombre effect washi tape that I have. Also didn't come in the kit, but I really like it with these. I like the colors of it. And so what I'm doing is I'm putting it on the cream cardstock. Again, another time when having neutral cardstock is so helpful. And then I'm just cutting two shapes of the same punch out of that paper. And so basically what that does is sticking it to the cardstock allows you to punch the washi tape. And now I'm going to just kind of take the top and bottom of it and layer it above and below that shape. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it here because I'm a little bit out of frame, but then I'm also going to cut the sides off in little triangles. And this is what I do because basically I don't have nesting shapes, so this punch only comes in one size, and I want to have basically a mat behind this shape. And so I'm going to layer these pieces of the shape such that it looks like it's matted. So you'll just get to see me do that. I slowed this part down a little bit just so that you could follow along. But I do this a lot with this particular punch just because I like this punch to have a bit of a shadow effect on it. And I like it to have a shadow all the way around. Like I don't like the look of it with just the two punches and one offset to look like a shadow. I want it to look more like a mat, I guess. So then I'm just fitting in the last two pieces. And I'm not being too finicky with it, but I just want it to, and there's how it looks. So I really like that. It gives it a little bit something extra from just the plain white punch, the punch on the white paper. And so now I'm going to put it right around there. I forgot to zoom out, so that's why some of this stuff is off screen. I was doing it within what usually is captured in my camera, but because I'm zoomed in, it's not including it. So my apologies there. I'm gonna glue down this title. And I think I'm going to use pop dots to attach this little label over to the side. I'm just having it hang off the edge of the paper a teensy little bit. And now what I did here was, you don't see it because it's out of screen, but I cut down that L Studio tag so that it's just the words, the extra beige part I cut off. I think and hope I'm going to zoom out soon. There we go. So now you can see what I'm doing. I wanted to put a couple of other little elements around the page. It was looking a little bit just like it needed something, and there was only that one circle element, which was the camera die cut piece from Chic Tags. And then I added the Ormolu flare on top of that, and I just felt like it needed a couple more circles. So I punched a couple of circles, and now I'm cutting some strips. The strips will go above and below my layout just to kind of frame it in. And now I'm going to sew over it and then pull up the edges. And I really love the look of things that are sewed onto a layout and then the edges are pulled up. It just gives it so much texture and dimension between I'm using silver thread here, by the way, so between the thread and the extra dimension of having the edges kind of peeled up. I just really, really love the look. So now I'm also going to sew over all of the die cut pieces. And I'm just sewing so that the stitching kind of precedes and also goes after the die cut that I'm sewing over. So there's lots of extra stitching on the page. I'm pulling out the letters for the die cut of Happy Place, just so that there's not only the die cut, but also you see the shadow behind it. Now that I'm done with my sewing machine, I just need to trim up all those loose ends of thread. I used the twine from the kit to put a yellow string on the tag, and now I'm just peeling up those edges. I did use my ATG. I usually use temporary adhesive when I'm going to pull up my edges, but I forgot to here. So just had to trim off the edge of that tag, and now you get to see some of the close-ups. I really love the look of silver thread on my layouts. I think I love it even more than gold. I don't know, it's close. I really love gold too. I just love how the Hello My Name is just the perfect size for that goodness thicker. And oh, I just love those die cut arrows as well. They were really fun to make. I don't pull out my Cameo quite often enough, but when I do, I'm always pleased with the results, so I need to remember to use that a little bit more. There's how the bottom looks just with the paper pulled up a little bit, and this is so awesome. The tag there, I really like how that turned out too. I think I'll try to remember to do more of that kind of stuff on my layouts because I kind of forgot about that technique. I forgot all about that punch altogether, so it's always nice to rediscover things in your stash that you can start using again. So thanks for following along with me for this layout, and I hope you guys all have a great scrappy weekend.